Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to another Lost Ark video. And as it's no surprise, we're on Tuesday. We are Tuesday. I am Tuesday. If it's not Tuesday where you currently are, I'm sorry, but I promise you I'm recording this on Tuesday. It's Topical Tuesday, which is the day of the week where we kind of just take a look at the subreddit of Lost Ark and see what's been going on. So, I'm sure a lot of people know at this point, but the Loa On Winter stuff kind of happened a couple days ago. I don't know. Time is an illusion. I don't remember time, but a couple days ago, I think. So if you guys want to see a video that I made on that, I'll link it in the description. If not, no worries, because we'll probably be talking about it a little bit here, considering the fact that, yeah, Loa On TLDR. This still doesn't load for me, so I actually have to go to the guy's profile himself, but we'll figure it out. But we have that going on. We'll take this. I mean, I guess we have to start with the winter Loa On stuff first before it makes sense, but we'll try to just kind of skim over it. I won't go too deep into the weeds because like I said, I did make a video on this exact thing, an exclusive video. So again, if you want to watch the video where I first saw this stuff and first talked about it and sort of my first thoughts on it, then go over there in the description. But if you don't, this is what we got going on here. So this, since for some reason it won't load for me, I have to go to his profile, but it loads here, so whatever. But basically the winter Loa On sort of TLDR is this: new region, new raids, new class, and they got rid of some not so good things. The main things are this: new class is going to be a druid. I think that's what it's localized as in Russia. It's a druid. I think we're getting it as wild soul. It's just a fucking druid, man. People are saying it's like CO summoner. I mean, it is what it is. I don't really know about all that. They also did announce female paladin, which a lot of people are sad about not getting now. But the tentative release date for that is summer 2025, so look forward to that. This is coming out in January for Korea, and I believe it's on our roadmap as well, but I don't remember for sure, but we'll get to that because I open it up in the tab. Anyways, next Kazeros raid, it's going to be Theamine rematch, and then Monarch Mortem Alarak raid. So it's, where is it? Does it show it here? It doesn't. I'm sure it's in one of these videos, but basically, if you're not familiar, it's the weird angled cam. That's what Alarak raid is. It's the water raid. I don't know. I'm sure most people who still play this game have experienced that, so you'll be familiar with it. And that's coming out before summer 2025 for Korea. Normal's gonna be 1680, hard 1700. Strikes are coming out, which is like limited time content. Not necessarily a raid, but it is, because it's 8-man endgame, needs progging, 4-man that you can clear with, matchmaking. There's two versions of the strike: 8-man endgame that you will need to prog, 4-man that you can just MM to clear. Solo mode is getting an update, and this is coming out. I mean, this should be out for them by the time this video comes out, or it should be coming out very, very soon, but Theamine Echidna will be getting solo mode. There's gold nerfs. Ivory Tower's getting nerfed to 10.5. Normal Theamine's getting nerfed to 10k, which is crazy to me. The fact that hard Voldus is worth more than normal Theamine, but hey, I digress, I guess. Hard Theamine getting nerfed to 15.5k, 23.5 with Gate 4. That is like a fucking massive nerf for the Gate 4 nerds. Not that it's like hard to do it anymore. From what I understand, you can pretty much just Hyper Awakening phase. So it's like irrelevant, so is what it is. I guess the money printer probably did need to be shut down, but big nerfs all around. Their Behemoth got nerfed to 18.5k. Our Behemoth is still less. I think our Behemoth is 18k gold, but our box cost in Behemoth is cheaper than Korea, which is why we got less gold from it. And then this is just a comment from the guy, but he says highly unlikely NAE will be getting the gold changes sometime soon, but hey, man, if they feel like giving it to us, they'll give it to us. Who knows? And then this is the other content that's coming. This is the Guardian raid, like a fucking lightning scorpion frogman. Arc passive is getting updated. We already kind of knew this, but it's for sure happening. They're getting rid of all of the engraving, the old engraving system, old accessories, all of that shit, and Arc Passive is going to be unlocked starting in Tier 2 at level 50. Some of the big things, the system reworks, Transcendence is being reworked. You're no longer going to be playing fucking Minesweeper for 75 hours with a calculator. You're going to just basically be playing a dice rolling game where you click a button, you can move X amount of spaces. Yeah, it's very simple. Very good. Though I do kind of wish they would have just let you pay to skip it entirely. But, I mean, I guess gambling is gambling, so got to keep it in the game. They also removed elixirs. Chaos and Order removed. Basically, they made, I don't know how I want to phrase this. They made elixirs a lot more straightforward. A lot of the options got changed around, and it's very, very self-explanatory. There's no more Chaos and Order. Chaos and Order are also the names of the set effects. I briefly mentioned it in the other video too, but I explained it horribly. Set effects are obviously still in the game. It's the Chaos and Order effects, like the node stacking, that got removed. Just so we're clear. Music sheets, you can play instruments and shit, which I think is really cool. More stuff like this should be in the game. I really like this. New island, it looks very pretty. I mean, Lost Ark just looks like a very pretty game in general. New collectibles are being added. Nuckman Illusion Stones, very cool. Makoko Express 1640 eye level, very cool. The main thing to take away from the new Makoko Express is the fact that it gives LOS 24 after you clear Ivory Tower, so it's not quite LOS 30, but it is a much better starting base than Deep Dive 30 was, right? A bunch of different stuff. Tier 3 honing changes. I think the Tier 3 honing changes only go up to 1580. Maybe 1600? I don't know. I haven't kept too up to date. I do know it doesn't touch the cost from 1600 to 1620, even if it does up to 1620, or 1600, excuse me. Let me rephrase that, because I just fucking confused everyone, I guarantee it. I know the honing changes do not affect 1600 to 1620. I know this. I don't know if the honing changes reduced it up to 1600. I think it might just be 1580. I don't know. But we will see very soon, or we already know. But at the time of me recording this, we did not. QOL changes a bunch of cool stuff. Really, it's just good. And I think that's about it as far as stuff goes. I mean, I guess the one QOL thing that I will mention here is the consolidation of damage numbers. So, like, consecutive multi-hit skills, like Merciless Pummel for Soulfist, you get a bunch of small numbers because it's a bunch of hits spread out. But with the consolidation thing, it will just give you one big number, so it's like much more readable. So very cool there. Some new different faces, skin presets, stance updates for some classes, Makoko icons, which are fire, cursor icons specifically. The fishing one looks so good, I love it. New Arc Pass, obviously, and that's about it. So let's take a look at the comments now. One more thing for solo raids, apparently just like there being no bingo and clown solo mode, there will be no running phase for Gate 2 Theamine. That's cool. The necks are still bad. For returning solo players, this is all a huge W. Very good. Yeah, I mean, overall, I think this is a lot of good changes. I think it focuses a lot on the pain points of the game that the game had. The only thing that they really didn't address at all is advanced toning, and I'm not surprised. I'm sad about it, but I'm not surprised, right? I don't think advanced toning is something they'll be touching anytime soon, if ever. But I hope to be proved wrong, because I do think advanced toning needs to be looked at sooner rather than later. Like, elixirs needed to be looked at a year ago, and it took them this long to look at them again, because this is the second time that they've changed elixirs. I don't know. They seem very resilient to making things better. What happened to Gold River's combining previous old horizontal systems idea? Did they just talk about this or cast it aside? You can now dismantle and auto-dismantle engraving books. I knew my 6 inventories worth of engraving books will have used someday. Me too, man. Kazeros will be harder than Theamine. Guess how many CCU we will have by then. Listen, man, the CCU's looking pretty good. How many of that is robots? That's up to you to decide. New multi-hit consolidation sounds like a really satisfactory change. Yeah, it's gonna be good. Is the new Guardian a reskin of Moaki? Moaki. I guess it kind of looked like it, yeah. And then this is the guy who made the Transcendence and Elixir Helper website, Lofago. It was just kind of cute little post where he's like, thank you guys. Didn't expect you guys to care about this silly little tool that I made. I'm a doctor. I did research and I did my schooling. And it's just a really wholesome post. So thank you for your work, Mr. Lofago. I appreciate you. Because Lord knows I personally would not have ever done Transcendence in any serious way other than like maybe dumping to max grace if this tool did not exist, because my brain cells do not work very well. But thank you, and I'm glad you got a lot of shit out of it, you know? But the TLDR about this post also is that he's closing his website in a few days because there's no reason to have it anymore. So, big shouts out to the GOAT. They answered 90% of our current complaints. We complain about Transcendence being too long. They turn it into a Monopoly that takes 30 seconds per piece, in addition to a gold nerf. We complain about Elixirs. They streamlined it even more, removing Chaos and Order stacks, and it looks like the system is way easier. Complain about Arc Passive gated behind Aegir. They applied it to the whole game. We complain about support shortage. They went out of their way to make female Paladin one of the most demanded archetypes, even though they previously said they weren't interested in reading it. We complain about lack of content diversity. We got a 4-man strike raid we can matchmake with no guides. To be honest, this one is not much, but it's a step in the right direction. I mean, I think you can apply this statement to, like, anything, though, to be honest. Overall, it was a good Loa On. Everyone will benefit from this. Veterans making a new or alt, enhancing on 1640 rat, new and returning players, ease of access, etc. No advanced honing. Gold nerfs is crazy, though. Maybe before next Loa On. This is the problem, right? It is good that they eventually come around and change things that should have been changed ages ago. Elixir's Transcendence. But it's hard to not be cynical in the sense that it's like all part of the business model, right? And advanced honing likely won't be touched for a very, very long time. And it's going to be another big pain point until they eventually make it not a pain point. It is what it is, though. A lot of this other stuff, again, I do think the Arc Passive thing should have just been how it Tier 4 released, right? Like, it never made sense to me why the whole, like, oh, Tier 4 has this Arc Passive system, this is cool, come look, guys. And then you just couldn't use it. That never made sense to me. So realistically, they should have done that from the start, too. Support shortage, I mean, Female Paladin isn't going to come out until summer 2025 for them. So maybe late summer for us, maybe. So you're still looking at 8 months conservatively. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of good here, but also it's not like groundbreaking, I guess, you know? We also asked for solo Theamine. Both Theamine and Echidna solo. Yeah, I mean, I think the solo raids... I mean, I've said it since solo raids came out. I think solo raids should just be up to date with the latest raid, right? Like, people who are gonna play solo raids aren't gonna be doing group raids anyways, so why stagger release them? It just doesn't make sense to me. Plus, it's a good learning tool, which I think is a thing. Seems like a patch, not a one-year event like Loa On. No content for Arc Passive is the biggest crime here. They should be playing with the system as much as possible to try and make it perfect. It was dead silent on that front. I mean, I do think Arc Passive, it being the, like, big thing for Tier 4, it is interesting that they don't try and do more with it. It still is crazy to me that they also didn't just, like, immediately transition everybody into it. I mean, they're fixing it now, but I don't know, man. And then here's our Lost Ark 2025 roadmap. I'll take a quick look at this. I'll also link this in the description below. But TLDR is in Brel, we're getting the solo mode stuff, or in Brel, in December. In December, we're getting the solo mode update, so we're getting Tweedledee, Tweedledum. We're also getting the Elixir Transcendence changes. We're getting the prologue for raid, so Ager, I believe. No, the second raid, so it would be Brelshaza, excuse me, not Ager. Icy Breakthrough event, we're getting some more Express stuff. Brel is coming out in January for us. Frontier System's coming out as well. February 2025 is when we're getting Wild Soul. Progression event will also come out with Wild Soul. More details will be provided when we get closer. March is nothing. That's it. We got January, February. And I mean, I guess December. But I mean, we probably already could have kind of figured that out. Where's all the QOL announced at Loa On Arc passive changes? We're working with Smilegate RPG on timing for the Arc passive changes arriving in the West, and we'll let you know as soon as there's a plan locked in. And I remember reading this thread when it first got posted. You're going to be seeing this comment a lot. 2, 3, 4. It's just funny. Anyways, guys, I think that's gonna wrap it up for me. I'm done yapping. Let me know what you guys think, as always. Overall, I think it's a pretty good thing. I mean, it's better than it was before, and that's all you can really ask for from an update, you know? Making things better one step at a time. Like the video if you like it, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Thank you to my YouTube members. It's Biscuits, Ender, Diz, I'm Nufu, Remix to My Life. Thank you guys so much. I love you all. Consider becoming a member. If not, no worries. Your time is always more than enough spent here. Bye!